Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching The Pepperidge Stewart Show.
That's your fault. You clicked it. I don't know where you clicked it at now, but those of you that are here from Canyon Star TV, we want to welcome you to, I don't know what I want to welcome you to, because I don't know if you know what you got into. So we'll leave it at that and let you decide. We got a lot of stuff today. We got a couple of guests. We got some in-studio guests. We got some Zoom guests from the world of rodeo and horse sports that we're going to dive into. We got your favorite odd news for you from around the globe. A couple of events that are coming up this year you're going to want to check out. And there's some movies and TV shows out there that you're going to want to see as well. But if you're into movies, we got a little movie.
Oh! Let's do this!
The best Sonic movie yet is on digital. It's verified hot.
You're a colorful bunch.
Watch it at home now.
It's showtime!
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in theaters and on digital now.
Blue Blur is back by Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on digital and watch it at home. Sonic returns with a formidable foe, Shadow, the mysterious hedgehog with unprecedented powers. Critics agree that Sonic 3 is bigger, bolder, and better than ever. You get 50 minutes of fun-filled featurettes, deleted scenes, and more when you buy Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at participating retailers. It is rated PG from Paramount Pictures. I only chopped it up a little bit, but you'll figure it out when you watch it. When you watch it, just go watch it. If you want to download it digitally, you can do that as well. But anyway, let's do this. Let's crack the latch on this. We've got a special guest in studio for you today. So let's take a little peek at what he does, and then we'll talk about it. And that right there is Riggin Ray. And he's right here with us. What's going on? What's happening?
You gotta talk.
Cat got your tongue? It happens. TV happens. So that's all right, because Keisha's here too.
Yep.
So let's dive into this and talk about what Riggin's up to and what he's doing. So
What are you up to?
Just
You're okay. We are fighting in Cowtown.
Yeah.
He's been there every Sunday this month with the Ultimate Bullfighters. It's a Sunday fun day. If you haven't been down there, you really should. It's a big, nice, fun show for everybody. Everybody loves it.
And how old are you now?
13,
13. You've been fighting bulls since?
2019,
How old would that be?
9.
9? Okay. And what piqued your interest in fighting bulls?
Watching movies about bull riding, and then I saw a video of Ross Hill, and he was tied to Cody Webster.
Yeah. Okay. And so when you wanted to start fighting, did you pick out a school or somewhere to learn to get your feet wet and get started?
Cody Webster's Bull School.
And how many times have you been there?
Twice.
And what did you learn?
Just how to set my feet and how to do protection. Set my feet to throw a fake or something.
Okay. And you've been fighting bulls at Cowtown. You're in the showcase to do there. where else do you travel to? I think I've seen you in White Right before.
Yep.
Out there. So how many practice pans do you try to hit?
As many as we can go to.
Yeah. All right, that'll work. And I know everybody's watching and they're wanting to ask. So, what have you heard so far?
Like,
What just happened to you?
I had a concussion.
Got a little headache. Did you see little Tweety birds going around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, you should. He was in the air and upside down and landed on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
In the middle of Cowtown.
Okay. And so when you're out there, you got all these guys. You work with Cody Webster. What other guys are out there that you get to fight with that you kind of look up to that you want to learn? Because in fighting bulls, even when I was young in fighting bulls, you watched a lot of guys and you pick up things, little things here or there that you want to try or want to do. So, who are the guys that you kind of keep an eye on that you pick up a few things from?
Probably Dylan Edelman.
Yeah.
And I don't really know who else.
Oh, okay.
What about Connor Casada?
Yeah, Connor Casada.
Okay. All right. And so you're at Cowtown every Sunday
Yeah.
for the showcase? All right. And that's with the Ultimate Bullfighters?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And how's that been for you? Was it a shock the first time you got in there in the big arena, the big lights? Did it kind of shock you at first, or when you got out there in the dirt, you just zoned in and did your thing?
I just kind of zoned in just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like he turns into a different person. It really does.
You just get in the arena, you turn off the noise, and focus on your bull.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What kind of tricks? What kind of tricks are you working on? You got some tricks out there that you've been doing?
I just really try to work on fakes and
Yeah.
side steps.
All right. No jumps?
I'm trying.
No jumps or Supermans? How about some barrel hops? No?
I can't really get on them fast enough.
Okay.
Get up.
Okay. All right. And how far have you traveled so far? If you go to Cowtown a lot, you go to White Ride a lot, where else do you travel around to make your appearances?
We've gone to Michigan and Alabama.
Yeah.
And Reno.
And was that with the Ultimate Bullfighters also? Or a different association?
Alabama was Ultimate Bullfighters, I think, and then the other two were just their own little thing.
Okay.
The Michigan was one of the first youth competitions that was opened up, and that was actually the second time he had to go to. He got accepted to bull school, and so he won his event, and we had to load up within an hour and get in the truck and drive down because 7 o'clock in the morning in Oklahoma, he was at bull school. So
Bull school,
it was a heck of a trip.
Okay. And when you're at the bull school, is it like a 3-day school?
Yeah, it was about 4 or 3.
3 or 4 days. Okay. And what drills do you work on? Do you do some barrel drills? You do some horn drills, or what do you work on?
We just worked on our footwork and a little bit of barrels, but not too much of we worked on mainly rounds.
Yeah. All right. And what about an exercise program? What kind of exercise program you got to keep your stamina up? I know you're young and you got plenty of stamina now, but I mean, are you doing any type of particular exercise routines that kind of keep you limbered up?
Not really.
Give it 10 years. Give it 10 years. You'll start finding a few there. Okay. And the people that are out there watching this and they want to look it up and find more about, where you're at, where you're competing, and check out, like the video that we saw, where can they find that?
Facebook, mainly, probably.
All right. And where do they look on Facebook?
Probably her account.
Probably my account, but he's on Facebook as well.
Okay.
That's Riggin Garrett, and then he's on TikTok as. Are you Riggin Garrett or Riggin Ray?
Just Riggin Garrett.
Yeah. If you look up the hashtag Riggin Ray on TikTok, he's got over 3 million views.
Okay.
He got kind of popular for a little while.
Being down there at the bull school at the Cowtown.
Yeah.
All right. And when you're down there at the bull games competitions, are you the only youngster that's out there, or have they been bringing some other guys in to work with, or are you pretty much the only one?
I'm pretty much the only one.
Only one.
Other than
Sorry. Go ahead.
other than George, he's 16 though.
Yeah. Okay. So they got a pretty good, I guess, farm system working you guys up and training you guys. And
He was able to go head to head with Riggin Newsom. It was Riggin's
Uh-huh.
first time to be there, and that was pretty cool because both of the boys they're the same size.
yeah.
They like the same things. They move the same. It was pretty cool.
Okay. All right. That'll work. What sponsors you got to help you get up down the road that you want to throw out there? You got one of them hashtags sponsored by my parents?
Ross Hill, the Ross Hill Foundation, been
Yeah.
very
Ross Hill.
good to him.
Mm-hmm.
Jones Pro Gear.
Yeah.
What about the Selborns? All the
The
Selborns we work.
Gainesville, Selborn.
Okay. All the sale barns. And are you working at the sale barns?
Only like one. And it's Gainesville.
Yeah. What do they got you doing?
The sorting alleys,
What are you sorting?
yearlings.
Okay, that's better than me. When I was a kid, I was probably 10 or 11. They had me in the bottle calf pen,
Oh.
sorting bottle caps and loading calves. I was like, man, this is boring. I want to do something fun. So you got something fun to do then. You can sort the yearlings, and then you can maybe take a round with one here and there. Yeah, okay.
He usually calls me and he's like, "We need to buy this one. This one's hot."
Yeah. And what do you got at the house to practice with? You got a few practice?
I only have 4 right now, and one's a little bit big.
Yeah.
And we just have 2 zebu, or 1 zebu, and then 2 little heifers, and then bigger bull.
Okay.
What's your favorite heifer's name? Tell them the name.
Harriet.
Harriet. Go ahead.
Harriet the hooker.
Oh, Hook and Harriet. All right. Well, before we let you get out of here, everybody always asks this. Everybody wants to know because you're on the road a lot. So what is in that bag of snacks that you're chowing down on while you're on the road?
What's it been lately?
Chips.
Chips? What kind of chips?
Lay's. Barbecue.
Barbecue? I like the vinegar chips.
And the Mike and Ike's.
Yeah, and Mike and
Like
Ike's.
nice. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. So where are you going to be next? What's your next date that you're going to be
Fort Worth.
at Fort Worth, Cowtown? For the Sunday, is it what they call it, the Sunday
Sunday.
It's-
Fun days.
It's
Sunday
a
showcase
Sunday
or
Sunday fun days with Ultimate Bullfighters.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll work. I tell you what, Riggin, man, we appreciate you coming in and telling the folks about you, what you do, so they can check you out. And we wish you good luck down the road, and have a good event coming up this Sunday. And with that, let's jump to the trailer for the movie that you got ready.
There's no such thing as safe in this world. No God. No creator to ask for help. We do what we have to do.
You really believe that?
I know it. There's war brewing in this territory. Heading west is a mistake.
I have no choice. Do you feel bad killing men?
Not the bad ones.
We are the chosen!
Why do you people have so much hunger to kill?
Fear.
That trailer for that show, I watched that series when it came out, and a lot of folks are saying that it's going to rival. It's rivaling Yellowstone. Is it? I don't know, but it was good. It was kind of all over the place, but it was very entertaining and a little different than what we've been seeing. So that's pretty good show to check out. So everybody else is wondering, where have we been? Where have I been? I've been on a hiatus, I guess. Just getting stuff situated for the new year, 2025. Like we said, I went to Nashville. I guess we went up there for Christmas and New Year's. We were up there to see the sights and do some visiting some family up there. And while I was there, I got some paperwork done, because that's what you do, right? When you're in Nashville, you sign contracts. So that's what we did. That's what I did. So that's why you're seeing me. Well, you see me now. So that was a good time in Nashville. And then we went to Musicians Hall of Fame, checked that out. And then we did, they were shooting some documentaries on Civil War homes. So we were in a little B-roll footage for that deal. It was pretty fun. And it was a pretty neat trip to go and see the sights there in Nashville. But what else we got for you guys? We did say we had some pretty good guests for you today. And we've got another one that I've wanted to dive into this a little bit more, because I'm more from the rodeo world and rodeo sports, and the other horse sports have been making a big splash over the years. They've been around forever, but it was never on my radar, and it has been here the last few years since they put out the Run for the Million. It kind of got everybody looking at it and stuff. So anyway, I wanted to learn more about that stuff, so I had to find a guy that knows a lot about that, and that is this man right here, Jason Vanlandingham. What is going on?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So you have been at this for a while.
As far as training reining horses, yeah.
I
saw my first reining horse in 1998, so we've been doing it for a good bit of time now.
Yeah, and so with the reining horses, you're a $4.6 million rider, two-time Run for the Million champ, and pretty good at doing that. So let's dive back. I want to go back to small town Kansas. Back in the old days, we worked at the steakhouse. At what point back then, you said you had horses and stuff as a kid. So going back there, what kind of drove you to the horses to get you from just riding horses into competitive, reining sports?
Yeah, so I always rode horses as a kid, but we didn't know how to do anything but make them go from point A to point B and ride out through the pasture and chase cows and that kind of stuff. But after my sophomore year of college, I'd been starting a lot of colts, and I just didn't really know what to do past about 60 days on them. And I really wanted my horses to sell better whenever they went to the sale barn. And so I wanted to learn how to put a fancy turnaround on them, basically. And so I went to work for a guy, a reining horse trainer up in Illinois. His name was Eber Christopher. And that was when I saw my first reining horses. I didn't really understand all the nuances of it, all the sliding stops and the rollbacks and circles and speed changes and all of the different things that go into it. I just wanted my horses to spin fast. But whenever I rode one for the first time, it was over. I mean, whenever I felt just the complete control of a horse, we talk about in our sport being willfully guided, just complete control of an animal, getting them to work with you, in sync with you. It's pretty special to have a horse that's that broke and that locked into you. And so, I've been trying to just fine tune it ever since I saw one for the first time and started trying to train him up myself.
Now, as far as with your competing in the reining, do you compete in any other disciplines? Do you just strictly reining? Do you do any roping or cutting or anything like that?
No, I rope just to clown around. My son likes to rope and is pretty good at it, and so every now and then I'll go with him and he'll let me step on one of his horses. Or I used to keep a gelding around all the time. I'm actually short-handed on that right now. So if you know where there's a good one, I'm looking right now. But just something that I don't have to be quite so focused and locked in. The reining, you're really dictating every step that they take and every inch of their body from head to toe. I'm constantly trying to fine tune where they're at to make them better And so I enjoy the roping as far as just being able to go out and have some fun on the back of a horse and not have to be quite so disciplined and focused the whole time.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, we'll go out rope a little bit and it's just go out there and have a good time. But say that the reining was never on my radar. I grew up in the rodeo background, rodeo stuff. I didn't know anything about horse shows or the horse sports other than I seen some English horses jump one time, or I halter showed calves, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then I guess Taylor jumped in there and started throwing all these shows out, and then the Run for the Million came out, and everybody just kind of glued to that, and it's kind of blown up a lot bigger probably than what he expected, and now everybody's looking at it. So I'm just like, that's pretty interesting, just to see how that works.
Yeah, really, Taylor did bring a lot of light to our sport, and he's been doing it a long time. Competing in the non-pro in the reining, and so he's been around our deal a lot. But I think he saw the potential of making it into something special, and by putting the TV show together, the Last Cowboy, and then having it kind of climaxed at the Run for a Million, it's brought so many new eyes to our sport, like you. People that really didn't know what reining was and didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. Now they can see what our horses are capable of doing. And I think what everybody's finding out is, whether they jump in and they get into the top end reining horses or just have a nice solid foundation on one, you can take a reining horse and go do anything else. If you have the solid reining foundation, it's going to make your rope horses better. It's going to make your barrel horses better. It's going to make your trail riding horses better. Just all aspects of what we do transition to all the other sports. So I think that's the big draw from everybody else. All the time I'm getting phone calls and people shooting us messages, say, hey, do you have any that aren't going to quite be good enough for you? We'd like to take them and start transitioning them into our sport. Yeah. And that's great. It means we've always got a place to go with our horses if we do our job the right way, and then the special ones get to go on and do our deal.
Yeah. And that's nice, and like I say, it just everybody's looking at it, everybody's talking about it, and then when you watch the the series it puts on, the crowd and I guess the fandom of the people that are there when y'all are in Vegas. I mean, what is that like? Going from when you before reining, and you're competing in the smaller shows. I'm sure it's not a huge crowd deal like it's blowing up now, where it's just a packed house, and you've got. It's got to be electric in there, and I'm pretty sure that you feel it, the horses feel it, and it's.
Yeah, so actually at the shows that we go to, or just all of our NRHA, the National Reining Horse Association's major events, we do have big crowds. They are, there's a lot of folks that have been at this for a long time, and so we have a lot of support in it. But that particular arena in Las Vegas, I don't know what it seats, 6,000 or 7,000 people, something like that. And every seat will be packed and it'll be standing room only there. But people are so excited about it. There is more energy in that building. You can feel it in your chest when you run through the gate. It's something different than what we see at the rest of the events. Our futurity and our derbies and that kind of stuff have always been, that's always been our futurity has always been kind of the Super Bowl of our sport. It's always had the biggest payout. We trained those things up for 2 years to get to that. And so it has always been a special thing for us. But now that this has come along, it's up the stakes a lot. At all of our events, we can show 3 horses except for the Run for a Million. You go in, you get one shot. You're running against everybody's top horse. If you make one mistake, you're done. And you don't have another horse to go make another run on. So it is really, really the highest stakes possible. And then it's the biggest payout in our sport. So if you do get the job done, then, the check, it cashes and it's good. So that's been something that we've not had in the past, the ability to go out and make a really, really good living in this deal. Horse trainers do it because we love it. We love going out and spending time with our horses. We don't have to sit in an office every day where our office is our arena. And that's really the reason that we do it. But now that we can make a good living at it as well, boy, that makes it that much more special.
When you're in Whitesboro now, what made you jump from up north to down to Texas?
Yeah, so we moved down here in 2000, and it was just it was an opportunity. I was actually showing at the Paint World Show, and Craig Johnson came up to me and offered me a job, And so we moved down here to Gainesville, or to Gainesville at the time, and worked there for a few years, and then we just loved it down here. This is where all of the best horse trainers are. You have really two spots. You have North Texas, and then you have like the Scottsdale area in Arizona. And almost all of the $1 million riders are right here in North Texas or there in Arizona, with the exception of Springfield, Ohio, where Sean Flaherty hangs out. But the rest of the top people are right here. And so if you want to be going against the best every time you go to town, this is where you got to be. And that's what I've always liked to do. I've loved to compete. As a kid growing up, I always played all of the sports, football, basketball, and baseball. And I loved just kind of seeing how I stacked up against everybody else. And this is something that I can do, going against the very best guys in the world every time I go to town, and just seeing how I stack up. So I love that part about our sport. But yeah, North Texas is the place to be if you really want to go test yourself out and see what you're made of. And the other part of it is that's where everybody comes to buy horses. So, in order to be able to command the kind of dollars that we're trying to get out of our horses, we need to be where everybody's shopping.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me ask you about this that I stumbled upon here. You've got a YouTube series that looks like started back in 2020 called The Eternal Ride. You know, tell me kind of how that got going and how that's working out.
Yeah, so actually, Cheryl Cody approached us about that. She did an online, reining horse magazine. It's called the Worldwide Slide, and she said, "Hey, we want to kind of Trojan horse this deal a little bit. We want you to get in there and talk about a little bit of horse training type stuff, but share your faith, and we're going to try to incorporate a little bit of faith-based stuff into the Worldwide Slide." And I actually took off and really. I'll kind of go back to the Run for a Million. Before that came along, we probably had, a couple hundred people that were watching that. And we do it every 2 weeks. So it comes out on the 1st and the 15th. And I basically am just doing little 10, 15-minute devotionals and just trying to encourage people to grow their faith and to understand that there's more to life than just horses or whatever job that they do, that there's a bigger picture. And kind of what God has called us to do. And after the Run for a Million, I think that first one that we did had like 17 or 18,000 views. And now there are several thousand people every time we watch it. So I believe the reason that I've had the success that I've had at that particular horse show is so that I can share my faith to more people and hopefully be able to bring more people to Christ. So that's the goal of it, to be able to help others come into that right relationship with God. And so that's why we do it.
All right. Yeah, I was checking it out. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I appreciate it. I thank you for taking the time to listen to them.
So with the people looking, they're watching, I'm sure they know now, but you sell horses, you've got horses for sale there, you got horses in training where you're at, and if they're looking you up, the website, I guess the best way to go to find you guys and see what you got.
Yeah. Just Vanlandingham Reining Horses is the website, or you can message us on Facebook, and we like to use that for two aspects. If you're looking for a horse, shoot us a message. If you've been watching The Eternal Ride and you've got some questions about some things, man, I'll study the word with you at any point in time. So you can reach out to us either way. It's real easy to get a hold of us.
Okay. All right, Jason. Well, man, I appreciate you visiting with me. I know you're a busy guy. You got a lot going on, but I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to visit with us and let the viewers know a little bit more about you and what you do and about the sport and how things work. And I really appreciate it, and we wish you good luck down the road.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. That right there, Jason Vanlandingham in RHA, $4.6 million rider right there. He knows a thing or two about those ponies. So check him out and look it up. Look at his YouTube series. I was watching that today. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, the Eternal Ride. So check that out. What else we got going? What else are we doing today? I feel weird being back in here. It's been so long. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my mouth. I'm just blah, blah, blah. I can't even read a copy the right way for a cartoon movie. the bloober. I missed probably 5 words in that. I'm sure I'm going to hear about that when I have to send that in. But no, I don't know what else to tell you.
We got some cool music. We've got goats.
Man, goats.
We got some random stuff today.
Oh, you know what? I need to get to this before I'm thinking about it. Coming up in April, there is an event going on in Palestine, Texas, and it's called the 1836. And it happens at I believe it's the Diamond B Arena, and it's called the 1836. They have wagon races. There is a rodeo. There is a ranch rodeo. There's a pasture open, an Alamo race, pasture barrel race, mounted shooting, trail rides, live music, and more. It all happens in a huge pasture. So if you've got a living quarters trailer or a tent, you just want to take your horses and camp out, you can go out there and camp for the weekend. They open the gates April the 4th. They actually open the gates for people to come out and start camping. But the events themselves don't kick off until, the 11th? Is that what it said? At the 11th through 13th is when all the events go on. But you can get out there ahead of time and start camping out there, and it's going to be a good time. I think we're going to get out there this year and check it out. We were supposed to be out there last year. Didn't work. It was weird at that time. It was still hot as heck outside in April, and the air conditioner on my trailer wasn't working. So I did not want to cook in that trailer, so we didn't make it. I think we're gonna try to make it this time. And I guess the people want their odd news, right? Everybody wants their odd news. I got this one here. I don't have any flyers for this. Nothing special other than the Canadians. So I don't know what you know about the Canadians, but the Canadians do some, I don't say they do some strange things, but they do things a little different in Canada. And so the 911 services, the police services in Saskatchewan, that's fun to say, Saskatchewan, Canada, they released a list of the top 10 reasons not to call 911. So if this happens, do not call 911. Number 10. So, number 10 spot on this list had to do with a not so tech-savvy individual who called 911 to advise that they didn't recognize someone on their social media friends list. They didn't know who it was, so they called the cops. All right, number 9. The caller told the operator that their parents were forcing them to clean their room. Another caller reported that a fox was wandering around the neighborhood and scaring the local cats. All right. Number 7, a caller reported there was bees inside their house. Number 6. Oh, we should have a countdown thing. 6. Ding. Caller asked the police for help to unlock their cell phone. They were locked out of their phone. Number 5, the caller told the operator someone had thrown their ice cream on the ground. Number 4, this call involved an individual who reported their cat was being mean and asked for a police officer to come help with the situation. So if your cat's being mean, don't call the police. All right, number 3. They asked for help with their malfunctioning washing machine. Caller number 2 requested help with a math problem because they didn't want to fail the test in the morning. And the number 1 reason on the list came from a resident who reported someone had apparently taken their tambourine during a party. Calling 911 must be reserved for emergencies and crimes in progress. Misuse of the 911 can carry a fine up to $1,400 in Saskatchewan. So people, that's like the people that called in Dallas on the Dallas, Texas TV, whatever, posted about people were calling 911 because TikTok wasn't working. You're kidding. Yeah, TikTok didn't work. Yeah, I think I saw it on Dallas On Air's Facebook page. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so other random news we got for you guys is this. Speaking of China, this is China. Apparently, I'm on in China too. I'm on Red Note. I think it's Red Note, but it's called something. It means something else in Chinese. But I did jump on there just to see what it was all about, and it's been fun. It's been fun. The Chinese people are very very welcome, very friendly on the app, and it's been fun. It's pretty interesting. Well, this is what happened over there in China. So I figured I would throw this out for my new friends from China. Somebody was getting a haircut, and the haircut got interrupted when a cow pushed its way through the door and ran through the shop. There's some footage here showing the barbershop, and I have no idea how to say this town, so I'm sorry about that. Shows the cow pushing the door open and running through the shop, bumping into multiple pieces of furniture and sending customers in their salon caps rushing for the door. The cow eventually calmed down and stands, wow, that's a weird word. The cow stands placid at the counter waiting capture. The cow was reported to have become agitated while being loaded into a truck and fled from its owners. The owner of the cow was fined $137 for failure to control his animal. Do we have a clip of that? What does that even look like? When there's a cow running through. Oh, you seen it? There they go, yeah. What's the beef, man? Now he sees himself in the mirror. It's like, huh, look at that. There's another cow. Oh, no, that's me. One mirror, two cows. Oh, no. Wow. Can't be any worse than the goats. There was a goat that ran through Philadelphia, which isn't there supposed to be a goat in Philadelphia because they're going to Super Bowl, right? And that's something, and there's something about sports and goats. Yeah. I hear that a lot. People talk about sports and they call each other a goat. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, are you a goat? Or are they calling you a goat because you smell like a goat? I don't know. But anyway, a Philadelphia resident captured this video right here of a goat running loose throughout the streets of South Philadelphia. That's in Philadelphia, on the streets. He's born and raised, right? Isn't that how it goes? That's where he spends most of his days. Look at him relaxing. Oh, anyway, Jessica Lee has shared this video showing the goat running through the middle of the road in the area of 2nd and Tasker around 7 p.m. on Sunday. The animal, police and animal control was unclear where the goat went, and the goat still remains a mystery. The goat has escaped. He's gone. Maybe it was an alien. You think that goat could have been an alien that had landed here and transformed, and then it just wandered the streets checking things out? Because if it was an alien, if you saw a little green man walking the streets, everybody would freak out. But if
they're like, oh, that's
yeah,
so cute.
But if the alien comes down and transforms into a goat, no one's the wiser.
The drones dropped him off.
They did. The drones dropped him. And they're like, hey, look at that. There's a goat wandering the streets. But it happens. Goats wander the streets sometimes. What else is happening? I don't know. We don't have enough time for all this junk. Cattle news. Prices are still high. There you go. There's your cattle news update. Prices are high. Go sell your cows now. You can buy back later, but sell now. We did the goat. I bet that goat was looking for a Philly cheesesteak. I bet he was. The cow in the barbershop. We did the cop calls in Canada. We got some trailers here. I don't know if we'll get to those or not. Maybe we'll close out with a trailer here in a minute. What I want to talk about in Nashville when we're doing the Civil War homes tour, checking out all the old places. There was a house we went to. I can't remember where it was at because a lot of places wouldn't let me take pictures or videos in there. So I can't tell you where they were because I don't have a picture or a video of it. But anyway, there was a house where one of the battles happened, and there's a shed or a little one-room house, one-room shack, or a smokehouse. I forget what they called it, out in the back, and it's still riddled with bullet holes from the actual battle. And they said there was like hundreds of bodies just piled up out there behind the porch from that battle. I don't remember where I was at. I don't remember where it was. But it was very, very interesting to see the history because you like when we go overseas to England and Ireland, there's a lot of history you can see, and a lot of it's still there because they built with rocks. Because everything's rocky, there's rocks. Everything was built out of stone, so it's still there. But then when everybody landed over here and started building stuff, they didn't build as much out of rock because it wasn't available. They built most of it out of wood. And then what happens when you build out of wood? Fire. And they burn it down. Because we were at Andrew Jackson's house. Is that who it was? I think we're at Andrew Jackson's house. And they said it had burnt. It burnt and had to be rebuilt. But it was still pretty neat walking through that old place and checking out the stuff. But yeah, we seen the sights in Nashville while we were up there. Went to the Opry, Grand Ole Opry. The new one, not the original one. Which that was a trick in itself. I was like, how can this be the Opry? This is not it. No, it's the Ryman downtown is the original Opry. I didn't know. I'm not from Nashville. I don't know these things. But we toured that and went to the new one where they have the floor. They cut the center out of the stage of the old one and put it in the center of the stage of the new one. And everyone could get their picture made standing in the circle. Except me. I did not. That circle is an earn spot. You don't just wander up there and stand and take your picture. You've got to earn it. So all these random tourists rush to go stand in the circle and get a $30 picture. No. So those spots are earned, guys. Got to play the songs. But I did get to hang out in the green room of the Grand Ole Opry. That was pretty neat. Back there in the back and check it out. What else do I want to say? I don't know what else I want to say other than it's probably time to leave. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I haven't been here in forever. It seems like I haven't done a show since last year, so it's been a while. It's been a while. What do you got? Oh, look at that. The Rodeo Cowboy Alumni Luncheon coming up in March 29th. I will be there. If you look on their Facebook page, it's at Cooper's Barbecue in the Stockyards. A fun fact about this is the luncheon is from 11 to 3 at Cooper's Barbecue across the street from Billy Bob's. So what happens is everybody goes to the luncheon, you eat your barbecue. They have the live auction, silent auction. We have musical guests that plays. I'm still working on getting that person nailed down for that to come and play a song. And then when it's over, most people just walk across the street to the stockyards and wander around the stockyards for the rest of the night. And you've got plenty of places to stay, stuff to see. You can go to Billy Bob's, watch the bull riding. You can go to the Coliseum, watch the rodeo. Wander around the shops and buy stuff. And there's a lot of stuff you can do there. And it all supports a good cause. So check that out. On their Facebook page, people that are donating auction items, they are posted there on the Facebook page and in the event. So you can check that out and be there. I'll be there. If that means anything. Probably not. But it's a fun deal. It's fun. You'll learn stuff. You'll see people. They'll take pictures. You win some prizes. Paige Murray, that you've seen on the show, Paige Murray, about her book, the book that she wrote. She donated a signed copy of her book for the auction. And then her husband, the legendary rodeo cowboy Ty Murray, also donated one of his books that signed. And then his dad donated some spur straps that he handmade in his leather shop. And they look pretty neat. I think I'm going to bid on those. I think they're alligator. There's some kind of animal. Of course, it's an animal. It's a leather, but you know what I mean. It's exotic. That's what I'm looking for. It's exotic, so it looks pretty neat. So I'm gonna have to bid on that. And then Miss Molly's Hotel downtown Fort Worth, she donated a room so somebody can win a night stay in the historic haunted Miss Molly's Hotel in the Stockyards. And then the Stockyards Rodeo donated some rodeo tickets. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff already there, plus more stuff people bring. So it'll be good. It'll be a good time. That will be a good time. And I think I'm out of stuff. So let's do this. Let's end with this trailer here. The trailer I want to end with. I don't want to do this other show is too far from now before it comes out. But the trailer that I want to show you guys, I've been telling you about this sleeper show for so long. It's now in season 3. There is an Australian version. There's a Netherlands version, I think. There's the Scotland version. There's all these. Well, season 3 is out now. I think this is the Scotland one. And, man, it's entertaining. And it's halfway through the season, so you got plenty of time to catch up. But I'm going to leave you with Traitors because this is a show that you need to put on your radar because it's entertaining as all get out. And with that, check this out and we'll see you another day.
Come friend, come foe, come one, come all to the Highlands to see who lives and who falls. Emmy winning The Traitors is back for an all new season.
To get the job done, I'll stab you in the back. I have a thirst for blood.
Jokers and fools, queens and kings, they'll take to the stage on invisible strings.
I don't want to be the duck. I want to shoot the duck.
Oh! Now we're off to the next weird that Alan will have for us.
I intend to leave as queen of the castle.
Oh, I've missed this. Even when I tell the truth, it's a lie.
I can handle anything this game can throw at me.
I know you guys have something sadistic up your sleeve.
What was that?
Dude, if I were them, I'd be scared.
A is lying, and I'm gonna catch her.
You and I gonna have a one-on-one. We gonna get this off the table.
Murder and treachery, secrets and lies.
If you think you can trust somebody, think again.
They'll all stop at nothing for the ultimate prize.
This is crazy.
This game is torturous.
Finally, people are taking me seriously. Here we go again.
Tension's getting high and I can feel my blood pressure rising.
Keep it up, keep it up.
If you carry on with that cocky attitude, you might get yourself in trouble.
Baby, I'm gonna be Employee of the Month.
What game is everyone else playing right now?
Things are about to get murderous. But only metaphorically, I hope.
Listen, if the only two options are traitor and faithful, you sure host isn't an option? No, I can't.
Hey, back up.